his magic.
And it's complete for the touchdown. Chrebet, the rookie from Boomer. He grew up in Garfield, New Jersey, 10 minutes from Giant Stadium.
But short of a first down, Chrebet was able to work free. What a move by Wayne Chrebet.
Absolutely unbelievable. You're talking about a kid who is just all heart.
Welcome to the Underdog Jets podcast with Wayne Chrebet and Robbie Sabo. Welcome back, Jets fans, to the Underdog Jets podcast with Wayne Chrebet. And we're back after a 1-week hiatus, quick, brief week off after the Super Bowl. And we actually haven't gotten Wayne Chrebet's thoughts on the Super Bowl. So actually we'll hit on that really quickly. Wayne, how you doing tonight? Number one and number two, are you the biggest Cooper Kupp fan in the world, or is someone else have you edged out in that category?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Obviously he's a tremendous player. You know, I talked about him in previous weeks as saying, you know, he's done a lot of the stuff that I did when I played in the slot and stuff like that, and above. Far and above that, and some of the other things he's doing things that I never did. He's a special player. I'm glad he's getting the recognition that he deserves. So it was an exciting game. I said that I wanted Stafford to get his first Super Bowl, and he got it. The only negative about the whole day is I had a crazy 10 thing parlay going, and Odell killed me. I had all the touchdowns, I had all the yards. I needed like 11 yards for him for like 50 grand, and he got hurt. And, you know, what are you going to do? That kind of ruined my day, but I'm happy for Matt Stafford, happy for Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, folks, I saw the ticket. And what was it, 11 yards away, you said?
Yeah, 11 yards away for 50,000.
50,000, just 11 yards. So if OBJ doesn't get hurt, this man's $50,000 richer. So that's a tough night. And even worse, to compound it, I texted you, I sent over James Wighouse, who writes for us, former quarterback who does a lot of film for Jets X Factor, how his parlay that he hit, FanDuel actually tweeted it out. It was a $100 bet that landed for 64,000. I think it was 5 bets where he got every touchdown right with the under 5.5 touchdowns for the game. And it was his wife who made the picks. I come to find out. I'm going to write an article on it soon this week, but that was amazing. Yeah.
I had the over on the quarterbacks. I had T, Kupp, and Odell touchdowns, which happened in the first quarter. I was never fond of Odell to begin with. So now I really don't like him. So hopefully he can come back from the injury. That's terrible, but it is what it is, man. On to different things.
Yeah, it was a wild night, decent game. I guess the officiating late, people were complaining. The only thing is you want to see it called on a consistent basis, and they were letting them play all day. And at the end, they kind of didn't let them play. Right. But other than that, I thought it was fine. It was a decently officiated game. Yeah.
And now clean slate going into next year. You know, we'll see what everybody does in the draft and free agency. Obviously, we're in a good position with the amount of salary cap space we have and 2 top 10 picks.
And Heather Wighouse, James, our friend James's wife, I already told her on Instagram, sent her a message. I will be calling you before week 1 next year, for the correct picks. So just be on the lookout.
She's got it down. Nice.
Oh my goodness. What a night in the Wighouse household, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
And in other news, your son had some exciting announcement recently. Was it last week? When he
he got offered at a Catholic university, which is in D.C. I was looking at a couple other schools, but what was so attractive about Catholic is my oldest son goes to Georgetown. In DC. So basically they're going to be about 20 minutes apart, which is nice for us to have just go one direction to visit their schools, with the fact that they could be together, and means a lot to me, means a lot to them. So the fact that he ended up Catholic is a great treat for the Chrebet household.
Yeah, congratulations on that. Once I saw that, that was pretty tremendous news.
Yeah. Yeah, they run he's a receiver, and they run like that red braid, Cliff Kingsbury, Texas Tech, Cardinal 5 receiver offense. So I'm looking forward to him being a part of that for the next 4 years. And, we'll see what happens. Just glad he's playing, after his last game last year in the States, and he walked off the field. And we were upset, that was it for his high school career. And I was like, wow, this can't be it. This can't be the end of watching my son play football. And I'm glad, I get 4 more years of watching him.
Yeah, my parents, just to give you a heads up, my parents were thankful with me and my sister as well. We were 2 years apart. And I went to Wilkes in Wilkes-Barre. She went to Kings, which is right down the street. And she played field hockey. I played football. So it was the perfect situation. You get a lot more sleep with these trips.
Knowing they have each other. Exactly.
Yeah. So in terms of Jets news, it's one of those dead periods, fans. And, it's February. We're waiting for the new league year to start in March. We're waiting for free agency. And while that's happening, all the speculation's happening with the free agency, with Berrios, with some of the guys. In-house free agents such as May, Crowder, the list goes on. But mock drafts, people can't get enough of mock drafts. In the number 4 hole and number 10 hole especially, but in the number 4 hole, this is a draft this year where no one knows what the hell's going to happen. There aren't quarterbacks at the top of the draft, so it's really unpredictable. Kayvon Thibodeau, if you were to tell Jets fans he might drop to 4 this time last year, no one would have believed it, yet he might. A lot of people have Thibodeau falling to 4. Could it be Evan Neal at number 4? No one knows. So we're going to take a quick look at a couple mock drafts. All right, so we're looking at David Wyatt Hupton, our good friend at Jets X Factor, his latest mock draft. And he has Thibodeau falling to number 4. He's the quintessential guy with the raw physical traits. The only concern is the motor. And, it's kind of the opposite of Aiden Hutchinson right now, where most mocks have Hutchinson going ahead of Thibodeau. And then in pick 10, he's got Treylon Burks, Arkansas receiver. Wayne, in terms of these first 2 picks, how keen are you on wanting to see at least one receiver with those 2 picks?
Yeah, there's certainly, top 10, talent is the receivers. As far as the Thibodeau guy, he's a good player. I know they question his motor, but, in the last 2 years, where he was picked to be in the draft, maybe that got to him a little bit as far as how hard he had to try. I just think if you get a motivator like Coach Saleh that can get a kid like that with that kind of talent, I'm sure he can get him fired up. But as far as receiver, I know I've heard a couple different names, but Drake London is probably the biggest name. If it could fall to us, I know Atlanta's looking for a receiver, and they're at 8 and we're at 10. But that kid Wilson from Ohio State's good. The kid that you have them picking is also good. But London's true number 1. He's a stud. I think he's going to be a great talent in the league. Right from the get-go. So another thing saying is this offensive alignment. I think we could use some offensive line help too. So definitely going to be some good players there at both picks we have in the top 10.
Yeah, the latest consensus in terms of taking all the mocks across the entire landscape in the media has Iquanu, the North Carolina State offensive tackle, going to number 4 at the Jets. And that would mean Evan Neal, Hutchinson, and Thibodeau get picked in the top 3. Would Joe Douglas go this route? Or would he take a receiver in the 4 spot earlier than people expected? What do you think?
I don't think so. I don't think you take a receiver at 4. I think there's 2 or 3 are good enough that will be available at 10. I mean, this draft doesn't even have a receiver, not one going in the top 10. And Stingley's a great player too. Yeah. Looking for also that cornerback from Cincinnati. What's his name? Sauce?
Yeah. Gardner.
Yeah,
Sauce Gardner.
Yeah, that kid's tremendous too. I don't, see how he does it like the combine and stuff. I heard he didn't give up a touchdown in his whole college career. I mean, that's pretty special. And obviously the Hamilton safety from Notre Dame is good too. I'm not sure what we're doing with our safety situation, but there's a lot of good talent in the top 10.
Yeah, I think fans are shying away from the safety at the number 4 spot because of what happened with Adams in May.
Right.
It's tough to, safety. I love the position. That's what I played, but it is devalued in today's league, because of the rules in a lot of ways. How would you feel about that though? Safety at number 4?
No,
right.
Unless it's Ed Reed or Sean Taylor.
Generational.
Yeah. I mean, there's no need for it. You can get it somewhere else in the middle or into the first round or second or third round, a quality player, but a shutdown corner, those are hard to find.
Yeah, agreed. For Hamilton to be even a consideration, he'd have to top pick in the draft. He'd have to be consensus, no brainer, ridiculous Hall of Fame talent right off the bat. And I don't know if Hamilton was that.
And that's not the case.
Right. And I'm an Notre Dame fan too. So, it's tough to, it's tough to go that route at number 4.
Yeah.
Last topic for today, Jets Giants. For those who listen to the podcast, Wayne was a Giants fan growing up. He was born in, the 70s, I believe. Born in the great decade of the 70s.
73, yeah.
73. There you go. So it's right in his wheelhouse when they won the first chip in 1986. He had dreams of drenching Parcells with that Gatorade.
Right.
And the Jets Giants rivalry has been, a pretty good thing over the years. The first game was after Super Bowl III, where the Jets were coming off a championship and the Giants, were mired in a bad spot. When you think Jets Giants, what comes to your mind?
Just as a kid, after going to church and Sundays, it was 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, Jets Giants or Giants Jets, and the whole time was spent on the couch with the family. And every halftime or in between games, we'd go out and throw the ball around outside, me and my dad. That was like our Sunday thing. And I always said, occasionally we'd get tickets scalped on Route 17 to go see the Giants play, and never like a Cowboys or Redskins game. It was like the Cardinals or some crappy team we'd go see. But my dream was to, coach, Gatorade coach Parcells. And then when he came to the Jets, I was so excited to be coached by him and be involved with him. That I did get the Gatorade, and that's one of my favorite moments in the league.
Yeah, you got him after the division clincher in '98?
Yeah, up in Buffalo, which is nice because it was cold as shit. And the ice bath him, and up there in Buffalo is a kind of payback for all the crap he put me through and nonsense he did to me. But I enjoyed my time. Everything I would have hoped it would have been being coached by Bill Parcells. It lived up to the billing.
Yeah, he kicks you in the ankle. You get him back in Orchard Park, windy, cold, freezing day with Gatorade.
So when you asked me what I wanted to talk about, the Giants Jets rivalry. You think about, who wins the games? I know we didn't win the games when we played them. In the preseason games, it was usually the third preseason game. The thing about that is that's the game that I got my chance to play. It was the first game we played in Giant Stadium my rookie year in preseason. And I got all the tickets I can get. People come because they figured that's the last time they're going to see me because I was going to get cut after the game. And that's the game that Kotite did the Chrebet get in there in like the first quarter of the game. And that's the game that kind of made, helped me make the team. So that was my first experience playing in Giant Stadium. So like I said, the big thing that I think about with Jets Giants is who got the most headlines when they're winning. Obviously, the Giants have had Super Bowls over the years and we haven't, but when we won for the Jets, I think, the fans were so starved for it. New York fans were so starved for it that the attention we got on the back page and the front page, was nothing like I saw with the Giants. Maybe they were expected to win more because they had Super Bowls. But when we won, in New York when the Jets were a good team. I think, we got more media than any of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the 3 times, interestingly, and I didn't know this until today, the 3 times you guys played them, it was unfortunate years for you guys. It was 99 with Vinny.
Right.
It was, I think you caught a touchdown that game, and you got popped late, I think in the 4th quarter too. I forget who it was. One of the safeties got you, but you caught the ball. It was a post or a dig. 2003 with Chad's injury. I don't know if it was, I think Chad was already back, but it was a tough go of it that year. And 96 as well. But the all-time series is 8-6 in favor of the Giants. They won the first one, and the Jets have had great moments against the Giants. 1988, Al Toon's game-winning touchdown. They knocked the Giants out of the playoffs, Parcells. They won 10 games, but that game literally knocked the Giants out of the playoffs when Al Toon scored that game-winning touchdown in 1988.
Yeah, like I said, it's not the amount of games they played. It's just the bragging rights. And like I said, preseason is always the third preseason game.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like the last 2 of the season. No one plays in the 4th preseason game. None of the starters. So that's kind of like the starters are into the second half. And there's bragging rights because these are the guys you see all over town in the off season, the guys you have to see at events. And you kind of remember that. You kind of remember playing against each other, and not so much the results, but like the head-to-head battles and stuff like that. And I always told you that, Strahan ended up being, one of the best men in my wedding.
Did you really?
Yeah. After
I did. I either forgot about that or I did not know.
You could see me and him, this is him at the altar. I don't know if you can see it, talking to me.
Yeah, we can.
And talking to my wife, telling me he's going to kick my butt if he's ever mean to my wife.
He wasn't trying to talk her out of it.
We got close. We did an event like in Western Pennsylvania in the middle of nowhere. And we just got to talking. I think this was my rookie year, second year. And we just became great friends, still great friends. And it was just weird. It's from completely different parts of the world. He's in Germany, dad was in the military and, because kind of offense, defense, Giants, Jets, black, white, low draft pick. There's so much different contrast in our relationship, but we got together so well. And we're still friends. It's just a crazy thing that it worked out that way.
Yeah, he kind of entered the league at the same time as you, right? Maybe a couple years before.
Yeah, just before me. Just before me. But he's a brother, and I'm happy for him getting the Super Bowls. And when they won the last Super Bowl, I was actually out there. Went to see the game. I guess when they won in Arizona. Is that when they beat the Patriots?
Yeah, that was tight.
Rooting for him. So some great memories we have.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. I think Jets fans have lightened up to the Giants a lot more since they beat Brady twice in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. So people say you can't root for both the Jets and Giants or both the Yankees or Mets. That's not true. If you're a fan in New York sports, you're a fan. You maybe have a little favoritism, but there's nothing wrong with rooting for all the New York teams. And that's how I feel about it. People say you can't be a Yankee and a Met fan. Oh, well, I am. Live with it. Yeah. I like the guys. I root for the guys. I root for New York. I mean, how is it in other places that have 2 teams? It is what it is. If you like both teams, you like them.
Yeah, I would say the only thing it was more egregious if the teams are in the same division. But if not, Yankees and Mets, Giants and Jets, they're completely separate. It's not even an on paper rivalry, if that makes sense. Yeah,
if you root for them all year in both the separate divisions. If they make it to the World Series or Super Bowl, then you can favor the one or the other. But for the most part, there's nothing wrong with rooting for them all year.
Yeah. Yeah. So Jets Giants series history, they're next slated to play. They played in 2019. Jets won. Jets have won the last 2. And, the last game featured that Jamal Adams ripped the ball out of Daniel Jones's hand, scamper for that touchdown. Darnold had a good game. 34-27. So they've won the last 2. Fitzpatrick. Remember the one in 2015 when Fitzpatrick and the Jets won in overtime? OBJ actually spiked the ball it was either an overtime or at the end of the game, cost his team 15 yards, almost cost his team the game.
Right.
So the Jets are trying to go for 3 in a row in a couple of years.
Yeah. Another thing I wanted to talk about, we had an appearance set up for last month that got snown out, but this Sunday at a place called QB Bowl in Middletown, New York, this Sunday, me, Lavernius, are having an appearance with David Tyree and Manningham. Basically, the place is bowling with footballs. It's called QB Bowl in Middletown, New York. And they also have axe throwing and cornhole. They have a smash room where you go in there and just smash stuff. It's like a Dave and Buster's kind of place. So if people want to come out and see me, Lavernius versus Tyree and Manningham, it'll be good time Sunday. And like I said, another competition between Jets and Giants. And it's always fun to do that and see the guys that, we played against way back when.
What's the venue called again?
It's called QB Ball.
QB Ball.
Middletown, New York. They'll have card vendors and, kind of autographs and all kind of experiences like that. So they said, come see me. You can go on Wayne J. Chrebet on, Instagram, and there's all different kind of details and the times and all that kind of stuff for the event.
Okay. Yeah, it's got to be near the Galleria Mall somewhere. There's a mall in Middletown. But yeah, QB Ball. Check out Wayne's Instagram and Twitter for details. Hop on Jets X Factor. Use the promo code, discount code 80. We're having a lot of subscriptions flood in using discount code 80. And we're going to do another meet and greet too on in late March. I believe it's March 23rd, but we'll tweet it out after this episode, probably Wednesday morning, to give you the details. Also, the giveaway. What do you want to do with the giveaway? What is the giveaway?
Not sure what we're going to do yet, whether it be mini helmet or there's some great pictures that me and Lavernius are going to sign at the event. Great picture of me and him together. So maybe that'll be the giveaway. Okay. And in closing, just want to let you know, if you can see I have a black eye, it's kind of going away. I did not get beat up. I got up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom and walked into a wall, the corner of a door, and almost broke my cheek and knocked myself out. But that's when you get when you don't put the lights on in the middle of the night. I moved to a different house, and I don't know the layout like I used to when the lights are on. So yes, I did not get beat up. I walked into the door. He
doesn't even have his home field advantage yet in his own house.
So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it, man. So.
Hey, to be honest, I didn't even notice it. I wish I had, though. I would have ribbed you a little bit. Opportunity lost.
The hat low. Yeah.
Damn, opportunity lost. Next time. All right, Jets fans, we'll catch you next week. More draft stuff. Free agency is really going to be the topic next week and the week after. Check out Wayne's Twitter, Instagram. Hop on iTunes. Give us a rating and a review, 5-star rating. Nice written review, and be on the lookout for the giveaway next week. Discount code 80 at jetsxvictor.com. Until next time, folks, we'll catch you later.
Yep.